Hello everyone, my name is Kelly Sharda and I am an RN BSN student at Indiana State University. Today we will be talking about the truth about e-cigarettes. Just a quick introduction. Smoking e-cigarettes poses similar dangers as smoking traditional cigarettes. Many teenagers and young adults are using e-cigarettes. It is important to understand the harmful effects and illnesses linked to e-cigarettes and ways to prevent teenagers and young adults from using e-cigarettes. So who is at risk? The population at risk, or PAR, for using e-cigarettes are teenagers and young adults. According to the 2019 study, National Youth Tobacco Study, more than 5 million junior high and high school students are using e-cigarettes. This is an additional 1.5 million, higher than the previous year. Today's learning objectives are: explain how an e-cigarette works, name 3 types of e-cigarettes, recognize signs, symptoms of e-cigarette vaping associated lung injury, or EVALI. Describe 3 ways to prevent teenagers and young adults from using e-cigarettes. You can pause this presentation and complete a pre-test to test your knowledge prior to completing this presentation. Also provided in a link is a handout which includes a summary of the presentation. So what are e-cigarettes? E-cigarettes are small handheld devices that heat up a nicotine-containing liquid that can be expelled into the air as an aerosol. There are different names for e-cigarettes: e-cigs, vapes, mods, vape pens, e-hookahs, tank systems, ENDS, and Juuls. So how do e-cigarettes work? E-cigarettes have a battery or rechargeable battery that heats up a liquid that contains nicotine, flavors, and other substances which produce an aerosol that is then inhaled and exhaled by the user. You can see different types of e-cigarettes in the image below. So why are e-cigarettes dangerous? E-cigarettes contain nicotine, which is a harmful chemical that is addictive. Nicotine is a stimulant that can be harmful to the developing brain of a teenager. According to the CDC, 99% of e-cigarettes include nicotine and other harmful substances. Nicotine use in adolescence can cause an increase in addictive behaviors to other drugs. Flavorings used in e-cigarettes may not be safe. It is unclear if a flavoring that can be digested is also safe to be inhaled. In 2019, an outbreak of severe lung injuries linked to e-cigarette use caused numerous emergency room visits and hospitalizations. According to an article in Yale Medicine by Kathleen Raven, chemicals such as vitamin E acetate and THC are thought to be linked to vaping-related lung injuries. THC is a mind-altering compound that is often added to e-cigarettes. E-cigarette and vaping-associated lung injuries, or EVALI, spiked in September of 2019. Symptoms of EVALI include cough, chest pain, vomiting, diarrhea, shortness of breath, fever, and weight loss. The CDC reported that as of February of 2020, 2,807 cases have been reported to the CDC in the United States and 68 deaths. This slide shows two illustrations of the marketing techniques using different flavors to attract teens and young adults to vaping. The first one by Phil Hands shows the different flavors that were discussed previously that may not be safe for inhalation. The second image by Joe Heller shows a depiction of relating vaping to candy and the different flavorings and substances that are used that could be appealing to teens and young adults, and they may not realize the danger of the nicotine that is in these substances. Here is a map of the United States that shows the number of hospitalized cases of EVALI according to state. So what can we do to prevent teenagers and young adults from using e-cigarettes? Talk to your teenager or young adult. Speak openly and freely using accurate information about addictive tendencies and harmful effects of using e-cigarettes. Be a good role model. Choose not to use tobacco products. Teenagers will not be exposed to secondhand smoke, and accessibility will not be available for tobacco products. Educate your teenager or young adult. Help your teenager and young adult learn about the harmful effects of using e-cigarettes and the illnesses associated with its use. Understanding the dangers of using e-cigarettes, having open and honest communication, and providing accurate information to teenagers and young adults can prevent e-cigarette usage. For more information, click on the links below. Now let's test your knowledge. Linked with this video is a post-test that you can take to see what you have learned. You can also give this post-test to your teenager or young adult to test their knowledge about the harmful effects of using e-cigarettes. You can use that information to find a good starting point to talk to your teenager about what they already know and what they still need to know about using e-cigarettes. Here are a list of references that I used for this presentation.